Hey guys, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today we're going to be talking about the best way to spend your ancient crystals. Let's go. Don't forget guys, every time you comment and like one of my videos this month, you'll be entered to win a Samsung tablet. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I post a video, because the more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Good luck. Okay guys, so for those of you that don't know, you must be living under a rock, but basically CompToast came out with patch number 4.2.7. And in this patch, they created a brand new currency called Ancient Crystals, okay? Now, what are the Ancient Crystals, you might ask? Well, it is a new currency item used to purchase various items from the Ancient Crystal shop. The items can be attained via crafting. So all you have to do is pull open the crafting building and there they are. But you can get 300 Ancient Crystals from one attempt of crafting. Following items are required for crafting. So there's no other way you can get ancient crystals in the game at this point right now other than giving it a default natural 5-star monster from level 1 to 35. Now, let me tell you what that means. That means, guys, that we took a big fat L on this. We took a fat L. Why they have that restriction in the game right now for Ancient Crystal, I have no idea, but I feel like I took a fat L because at one point in my Summoner's War journey, I thought it would be a great idea to not only 6-star max awaken all of my natural 5-star monsters, not just the 5 Zeroses, not just the 5 Jamairas and the 5 Tianas, but I thought it'd be cool to just 6-star max awaken all of my natural 5-star monsters as soon as I got them. So I don't really have that many options. And again, I don't know why they put that in the game. I don't understand what that purpose is serving, because some people from my stream this morning were saying, oh, it's so that way you don't get drunk and like feed away your 6-star units. And I was like, okay, you can do that now just by going to this other little thing here called the upgrade stone area power up place. You can feed natural 5-star monsters in this to a slime if you wanted to. If you were drunk enough, you could do it. So why do that? Well, then the next reason was, well, if you get hacked, then they can, you just come back and there will be a bunch of ancient crystals and you have a bunch of rehab stones. Okay, why? First of all, if you get hacked, they can still feed the 5-star monster via the power-up circle. But why are we doing something in Summoner's War because we're worried about getting hacked? That should be like the last thing on our mind, because that shouldn't be an issue. And it's just sad that people are even thinking that that is an issue and something we should change the way the game is, because people get hacked so often. And that's another thing really as well. Not a lot of people are talking about people being hacked on like YouTube, Twitch and stuff like that, but people are getting hacked to this day. Still, it is still an issue. CompToast has yet to do anything about it, but no YouTuber is really allowed to talk about it or they'll get blacklisted, aka me, blacklisted for talking about people getting hacked. And people don't just get hacked, guys. They get hacked, they get their accounts stolen, and then the person that stole it from them makes them buy it back. And a lot of the times they do, which is super sad. Super extremely sad. Anyway, moving back over to the ancient crystal crafting materials, you also have to do flaming fire crystals, frozen water crystal, whirling wind crystal, pitch black dark crystal, and shiny light crystal, which again is a big fat L on my end, because guess what I am very proud of on my record book is that I have everything done except a none on the light beast. So it's gonna make me do light beast if I want to use my natural 5-star monsters to get stuff from ancient crystals. And I'm just sad. I worked so hard to not do the light beast, but it appears as though they're making it. I feel like CompToast is out to get me. And I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, CompToast is out, but I feel like certain things, I don't really feel like I'm that important for that to even be a question, but it's just like, damn, this is, I mean, it's cool. This update is really cool, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's just like, Damn. So default 5-star monsters cannot be used if they are evolved to 6 stars, and awakening status does not matter. Default 5-star monsters that can be acquired from fusion, homunculus, ifrits, and those don't count. So light paladin, fire, lightning emperor, fire panda, that type of stuff doesn't count. And some people said if you summoned like a Sigmaris back in the day before they changed the stuff around, that you might be able to do it. But who has a Sigmaris from back in the day that they haven't 6-starred yet? So again, it's kind of weird, but I'm glad that they have that in there. Otherwise, you'd literally just be farming. Imagine the special dungeons, the secret dungeons, and how crazy people in chat would be when somebody summons a secret dungeon, because you would just want to be farming that every single day, all day long, to try to make as many fusions. So I'm glad that they have that requirement in there that you can't use fusion nat 5s. That would have been extremely crazy as well. But Ancient Crystals has been added, so you can buy Splendid Blessings for 275 Ancient Crystals. You can buy Legend 6-star Rune for 180 Ancient Crystals, a Legend Grindstone for 85, and Reappraisal Stones for 40. So it's a very simple shop. So let me open it for you here so we can talk about what your best option to be is. Okay, and I've already fed 2 nat 5s. They don't have to be dupes. They don't even have to be triplets or they can be just a nat 5 that you don't really like and you don't really have a use for. You can just trade that bad boy in for a Splendid Blessing and try to get another one. So let's go to the shop here. You can see Ancient Crystals. You just click on that and then you click on one of those and it only shows you your non 6-star max units. It only gives you that option. Unfortunately, I wish that it would give me another option to maybe get rid of some of my quintuplets. That would be amazing. But no, we get to keep those for a while, guys. No regrets. 275 Ancient Crystals for a Splendid Blessing. Guys, this right here is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And so basically, what you want to do after you summon a duplicate 5-star monster or a 5-star monster that you don't necessarily want right now, say it's like one of the worst ones in the game. I'm not going to mention any specific unit because you guys will downvote this video just for me saying a specific unit. So I'm not going to go there. But if you get a unit that you don't particularly like, you can sell that for a Splendid Blessing. And the reason why you should buy at least one Splendid Blessing every single time that you sell a nat 5 or trade in a nat 5 is because it gives you the opportunity to get another unit, a higher opportunity to get another unit that is not a duplicate unit from Splendid Blessings. Now, say you get the option of 2 dupes the next time you summon a nat 5 because you have that Splendid Blessing. You get 2 more dupes. Well, I'm going to take that 1 dupe and I'm going to sell it back for another Splendid Blessing. But the nice thing about this now is since I bought 2 Splendid Blessings, I still have 50 Ancient Crystals left over that maybe I got some little extra change saved up that I can, pocket a Reappraisal. I really wouldn't recommend buying a Reappraisal Stone. I don't really recommend buying the Grindstones or the Legendary Runes. Depends on what part you're at in the game, but I really don't recommend that. Unless you're like a whale and spending millions of dollars on the game or hundreds of thousands of dollars or even thousands of dollars. I really don't recommend doing that. Although I was going through my grindstones and I happened to get a Swift Legend Speed Grindstone and I thought, man, this is definitely going to roll 5 and it's going to give me a nice bonus in speed. It did not roll 5, guys. It did not, and I was upset. I did it on stream and you guys all laughed at me. Twitch.tv/Claytano. If you guys haven't already followed, you're missing out. And then I looked through all my runes. You can refresh 20 times. So if you're watching this video before the month of May, I would recommend using all of your refreshes and looking for a specific rune if you really do want to do this, because they refresh every month, okay? But the main thing, buy the Splendid Blessing every single time because it's value added if you're trying to trade in dupes to get new units. Now, the other thing that you're going to ask yourself, should I trade in a dupe of this monster? Well, the thing you should ask yourself is it worth having a duplicate of that monster, or would it be better to have a another nat 5 that is not a dupe? Do you actually really use 2 of that unit? Are you ever going to rune up an Ethna with 1 Swift Will and 1 Despair Will? Are you really at that point of the game that you can use that you have an abundance of runes, that you have runes to just throw on second monsters? Okay, there are some that are going to be useful to have 2 of them for sure, absolutely. I have a few that I use 2 of all the time. So just be careful on those ones, but just ask yourself, even if it is one of those units that I have 2 of that I use all the time, like Zeros, man, you probably want to have 2 of those because you could actually use them at the same time in arena and actually do really well with it. But aside from that, there's not really very many others that I would say 2 of is better than getting a different nat 5 that could possibly help your progression even farther. So ask yourself that when you're feeding a nat 5, and then go to the Splendid Blessing, get that first and foremost. I already did it once, and then I fed another one to get that Swift Grindstone, which is why I have 240. So I can't even buy another Splendid Blessing. But you don't even have to whale to get the next Splendid Blessing to pop. That's not the point of this. The point of this is just to have a Splendid Blessing, to give yourself a better option. You're basically summoning 2 nat 5s at a time every single time you're summoning from now on, here on going out. So that way you can have a better chance to completing your Pokedex. Now, the last thing that I want to basically go over in this video is the fact that some people think this is a pay-to-win update. Some people think that this is, you know, only increasing the amount of money that Comp to Us gets, and that is it. Well, it is, yes. But is it only helping the pay-to-win player? No. Because there's a ton of people out there that have, maybe they only have summoned 4 nat 5 so far, right? Maybe that's the only nat 5s they've summoned, and they're all 100% free to play. But one of them is a dupe aerial. They can feed that, and they can get themselves a better unit. It's not 100% a pay-to-win update. There's actually benefits for every area of the game. And honestly, guys, the people that are legend ranked, the people that are G3, really already have almost every single monster. So it really isn't going to change things that much. And besides, you can't even do it with LD units anyway, so that doesn't matter. But it's going to make the late game players closer to end game, and it's gonna really benefit those mid to late game players the most, like myself, that have a whole bunch of units that I've summoned throughout the years, and I can't get Diana, I can't get Wusa, I can't get Water Monkey King, I can't get Fang Yan, and I can't get certain Amelia, I can't get certain of these like premier nat 5s, unfortunately. So it's going to benefit them the most, but it's also going to benefit those free-to-play players that might summon a dupe and, you know, want something else instead. So honestly, I feel like this is a great... I think we're going to have to end the video here. Yeah, I got to go.